Hi teammates, let's dive into some mysteries together. So I've got Otto Merz, 18 May 1933, he died. And I went down the rabbit hole from Stuttgart, famous people from Stuttgart or notable residents. And I got into the gliders a little bit, like gliding pilots. And I noticed there was some corruption with them. And then I went into some weightlifters that were got fourth, just barely shut out of the Olympics, and then the swimmers, and then with the gliders, some, references in even the Eddie scene of Jurassic Park 2 is in there, and it's like all these guys that were Jewish directors and stuff, they put all this in their movies that are like closely related to this Otto Merz, who I got from the Stuttgart, like going down the rabbit hole of that a little bit. So, and then Otto Merz has the 39. He's got my exact locker of the Cowboys, the 39, because one of my grandfathers, great grandfathers, was in the Battle of Lake Erie. And that's mentioned there with, it's like a hurry sentence, and it's, or hurry word, and it's like H. Erie or something or the other. So take a look at that. It's very interesting. And I noticed that the Stuttgart is in a lot of different propaganda and stuff all around us, and it's German, and it's like everyone alludes to it. And this Otto Merz is right in the middle of all that stuff going on. So, very interesting. And I had a creature based off of him. The Otto Merz creature is an Empusa fasciata, 4 legs, lower body, and tail. And the tail is kind of like it curled up like a leaf of a flower type, because it's an Empusa fasciata. So, upper body of a Galapagos land iguana mixed with a, get this, jobless meadow gibbia, Judges 20:33 reference, known as Ragasok, okay? Ragasok. Now with job is as Judges 20:33. Those are the ones mentioned there in Judges 20:33. And are baptimist, baptimist, baptimist. The baptimist use force and are as Kodiak. They're as the Kodiak bear, okay? And they're the ones that are the evil, talking about comes out of the meadows of Gibeah in Judges chapter 20, verse 33. Now, the Ragasok are not mentioned there, but they're closely related to them. And they use crystallized by the sun and stronger than diamond by the moon, tetrahydrocannabivarin. Okay? Tetrahydrocannabivarin. That's they use that as their force type, and they crystallize it by the sun and make it stronger than diamond by the moon. So that's night and day both. They use this. And what it looks like is a strong Galapagos land iguana with features that females are turned on by. Okay. So this one, it looks like the land iguana, the Galapagos land iguana, but it's got the features, it gives off a presence sort of thing that females are turned on by. So very interesting. This all came to me, and I was kind of blown away by it, and I was like, is this for sure? And God didn't say I needed a correction anywhere. So and then the hand of a surgeon was the left hand. That came easy. And then the right hand took some digging a little bit, and it was a hand of a picturesque dragonette. If you type that in, picturesque dragonette, which is like the slime there, the sweat sort of thing, mixed with Hyacinthus elatus, okay, mixed with Francois Langer, okay, and that's a type of monkey type. So it's a humanoid type hand, okay. So it's still, and remember, all this is to scale. Everything that we're doing here is to scale, you know, and I'm picturing it as in scale with the Galapagos land iguana. So everything goes to the size of that, sort of. Now, then I wrote an apostrophe S, and I'm like, well, why did I do that? And then God was like, continue. So it's a fried fish eater with cooking abilities to where the fish tastes like a fine steak or lamb. Okay. Now, I don't have those abilities, but maybe this is, you know, in heaven or something. So the head and neck is now get this. It's what the Francois Langer eats. It's a Behunia divaricatia, or cata. If you see that there, Behunia divaricata, okay, that's the hair. Francois Langer face mixed with a gar or gator from Marvel Comics, okay, gar, G-H-A-U-R, gar, from Marvel Comics. So I'm going to try to find some comics on him, but I found him tonight, and then I wasn't familiar with him before, but I am familiar with comics, but I hadn't heard of him, but that's what I was told to put, and then or led to put, you know. It's a multi-step process with these visions, you know. I have to do research because I don't like hear exactly what it is. I have to look for it first and go down the rabbit hole. Now, the deviants are described with that Gar comic there. Now, what they are, the deviants, because I've heard that before with the spirit in the smoke. The one who showed me my mom for the first time ever, in the spirit in the smoke, he became my mom. Spiritually, like I could see my mom in his face. And then he transformed into a demon-looking thing, and I had seen that once before in my friend Cody as well, who represents Tyr, T-Y-R, but that's I've gone over that before, but Aaron said that he was deviant. He said, I'm deviant. That's what he said he was. So when I read this tonight, I thought, this is crazy. That's exactly what he said he was. You know, and that's whenever I did the Edgar Allan Poe symbolism and ran out of the room and said, I'm not gay, and I was naked. So, you know, that was part of the defrosting process, one of the first parts of it, you know. So that's why I kind of freaked out at first, because I didn't know what was going on. You know, and then even with my friend Reed, when I was coming back from Bowling Green, and had done acid the night before, I even like said some things to Reed's girlfriend who was driving, and I was like, I'm down, you know, it's all good. And it was me like latching onto that female spirit, you know, in the smoke sort of thing, because I had felt like I was going to the guillotines. So like both those times I latched on to the ram sort of side, which is beauty. I latched onto it as kind of an escape type thing. But then like Reed dropped me off and it was all good. He didn't even question me, you know, that I was trying to get with his girl or whatever, but because he knew that I was just tripping, and that was smart on his part. But and I never followed up with her or anything, and I wasn't interested, but in the moment, in the smoke, I was, you know. That's how it can mess with you. So, you know, my intentions weren't even to do either of those things, to go out there naked in front of guys or anything, but that's what happened, you know. So the spirit in the smoke can kind of mess with you that way, and if you don't know exactly what's going on, then it can lead you into, down a dark path sort of thing. So I had to combat that. God was with me in combating that spirit in the smoke. He was with me every step of the way until finally I got the spear. But there were consequences from that, which shouldn't, if I had done things better, they wouldn't have been as bad as they were. But God saved me from a lot of prison time and everything, and it could have been a lot worse. So I'm thankful to God, and I praise Jesus. Pray to only Jesus and praise Jesus, because he's the one that all these things bow down to. The demons bow down to him. The deviants bow down to him. They all bow down to him, and he conquered the whole universe. So it doesn't matter how many reincarnations you've had, you'll never catch up with Jesus, because this whole time that Jesus hasn't been on earth, he's been conquering the whole universe. So, and I believe Jesus is Gondel and is like the daughter of God, but it's a whole female type symbology there that's hidden, and to not be compared with the Revelation 17 woman. It's been hidden, and with today's feminism and everything, and Me Too, it's all twisted. The real female spirit is a strong spirit, a mother spirit. That's what it's supposed to be. So the deviants were the 14 genius disabled men under the Hupo, but were as cursed Ronin after they cursed their leader through killing Simurgh. In the end times, they fight the 10 elitipas in 7 sins, with the 10 elitipas as Rourke Jr. and Kevin in the film Sin City. I'll be making Sin City references for the rest of this passage here, which are defeated by Aaron. Aaron is the first genius / he wasn't really disabled, but he shows signs of that. But he was the first one in the Spirit and the Smoke like that. The other ones were kind of like Legion based a little bit. So he's the only one that's mentioned here with those. But they are defeated by Aaron and the Minute in Sin City as 7 sins, who are defeated by Andrew the Apostle in 14 weeks. Now, I put 14, I think I meant 14 days. I'm actually going to correct that right now. We don't need to make it any more confusing. That's my bad. That was supposed to be 14 days. Yeah. I know I need to correct that. Sometimes I leave it as is because it was from God, but that's 14 days. It's 2 weeks there. 14 days. The other 12 are princes. The other 12 of the deviants are princes yielded by Ishmael, who is Joshua and is Michael. Okay. Aaron as Hardigan and Marv is what that is. And one of 12 princes is Madwaihi, okay, who is the Joseph of the servant tribes. Because the servant tribes are the 11 princes, okay? The 11 princes of Ishmael. This is all Ishmael, okay? So, and with them, I want to say that they're on the wall of Sphere-Leti, okay? That they're the 12 on the wall of Sphere-Leti. And in fact, I'm going to put that right now. This is happening real time, okay? As I'm making this. Okay, 12 servant tribes, wall of Sphere-Leti. Aaron is Hardigan and Marv. One of 12 princes is Madwaihi, the Joseph of the servant tribes. Okay, so Yeah. And then, oh, okay. So this is really, what do we want to say with that? What is it, Lord? Do you want me to leave it as 12? Do you want me to leave it as 12? Yeah, okay, we're gonna, what it is, it's 11 in wall and 1 on top. Okay, that's what it is. This is happening real time. All right, this is 11 in wall and 1 on top. I see it as he's covering all of them on top. Matt, why he is, okay? He's covering all of them on top. So it's kind of like the pyro on top of the poison ivy wall. It's kind of like that, but he's standing on top of the wall. So that's what it is. All right, we just did that real time. So doing this video a little differently. Then I got these here. 1460 BC, March 16th, Matt Wahi born as Amun-Mose. 1400 BC, Amun-Mose dies. 1390 BC, plagues of Egypt begin. Then you have the Exodus. Then you have Jesus. Jesus' statue of Bahubali erected 981 AD. October 14th, 1066, Norman take over Britain. King David, 1177 Mobbin. 1229 AD, sexual abomination, parents doomed, switch from kids killed for Baal, and that's May 14th, 1229. All right. Uzziah king, which is Da Vinci, is AD 1519, he died. Daniel Nebuchadnezzar Mobbin, AD 1570s. December 16th, 1859 AD, Fredericksburg fire at Castle. It's the Fredericksburg Castle fire. That was a big deal. I was told to put that because I researched that the other day, and that's a marker as well. AD 1911, Laura Catherine Holst died. That's the Valner Kanzu. Okay. So that's what that is. And then AD March 1st, 1934, John Jones died, called by some Gadites for end times. January 20th, 1981, Daniel Cudmore born. October 6th, 1999, Morella, who is Robert James Morella, he died, and that was the Hoopoe. May 2nd, 2003, Cudmore first film comes out. Okay? So these are the markers, and keep faith with Lord Jesus. I'm not saying anything against anyone. Don't put words in my mouth. This is all symbolism, okay? This is all symbolism, and I believe a lot of this that we've gone over is coming to pass as we speak. And just wanted to go over this, and have a good night, teammates. This may be my last video. We'll see. Keep faith with Lord Jesus. Thank you.